Hello everybody, I'm DerTebbers. This is your indie peek at TIMEframe. I presume you just like yell to be a TIMEframe. I don't think that's really what they intended. I have a moth in my office. That's not about the game. TIMEframe. When you actually load the game, you don't get this screen because this is the pause screen because the game just loads immediately into it and you get TIMEframe and then it fades out before I can actually get the record to start. So there you go. All right, I'm going to go with resume. TIMEframe is an interesting concept. The concept is you have a couple minutes. Let's just call it a couple minutes. And you need to explore this world to figure out where all the people are, what's going down, what's going on. Now you would think, okay, big open world, I'm going to run. I'm holding down shift. There is no run. You have one speed. Can I jump? No, I get dots. Oh, that's great. The world is let's just say it's a washout Monet. It's impressionism at its best, in my opinion. I mean, you could think otherwise, but I mean, this is something that like I'd expect to see that right there painted and hung on the wall of Musée d'Orsay in Paris or something like that. It looks impressionistic or maybe pointillism or something. And I'm sure any art nerds out there will correct me and say, no, no, no. What you really have here is, and then expound upon their art knowledge, which probably means that, you know, I'm wrong, but that's okay. There's more to this game than meets the eye, though. You think, okay, I'm just wandering around. Notice I keep looking there. There's something going on. Oh, wait, there's a tower. Ha! Tower. There's more to this game. There's water up here. Oh, look at the water wheel. Pretty cool, huh? Well, let's run up here and check out this water. Because there's something you don't realize until you run across particular instances. Oh, no, the world's frozen. Or is it? It's not. The world is not frozen. The world is moving very slowly. You are inside, they slow down. So what we experience as a few minutes is actually happening much, much faster in reality. It's kind of an interesting concept, isn't it? Everything all slow. Look at the water wheel. Slowly turning. Now, don't expect this game to be long. No, 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 no. Don't expect this game to be long. Expect this game to be done in about an hour. Give or take, depending on how fast you are and how quickly you figure out all of the things. So we're going to go up here because there's a thing. The music is beautiful, though. The music is just beautiful. So we're up here. And here's the thing. Oh my goodness, a mouse cursor. So I'm going to click on that. Waters. Waters spring forth on a harsh world, flow and splinter into streams, evaporate in the brightness of the sun, reunite in the comfort of the clouds, waiting to return as a great ocean. Traditional poem. Nye Cycle Priora 1200. Okay, good. Okay, so that happened. Okay, that's cool. Now what do I do? Well, it took me a while to figure this out. Press spacebar. Oh, wait. One of my dots is filled in. Well, that's interesting. It's maybe a map? Is that what that is? Could be. Notice something else. Look in the sky. That's new, right? Of course that's new. Otherwise, I wouldn't have pointed it out. But forget that pedantic expression there. We're going to go and explore this because I don't feel like continuing showing you all the different things because you can explore it and find out for yourself. I do have complaints about this game. Don't worry, we'll get there in a moment. But I want to go figure out what this thing is. We're going to take a little walk. While we're taking a walk, I'll go over some of my things about the game. It's short. It's a walking simulator. I will say it's a heck of a lot better than some of the walking simulators I've seen. Some of the games that make me want to rip my hair out and say, why in the world would you do this? This game is not as bad as those ones, which, you know, that's good, mainly. So we're going to stop here, and I'm going to wait for that, because I've got to wait a few moments. And while we do that, the other problem I have is the aesthetic of the game. While I don't mind Monet, per se, I don't know if it's quite the right look. My other problem is the price of the game. This game is $8. And remember, this game is about an hour long, give or take. $8. I'm dubious about the price. I feel like they've done a lot of work here. There's a few little graphical glitches, but really, honestly, I can forgive the graphical glitches. But if it was $3, even $4, maybe I could see it, but $8 feels a little bit steep. I would expect a game that'll last a couple hours, like yeah, I mean, for goodness sakes, you can pick up Electronic Super Joy, which is a toy truck platformer, for 99 cents right now on a Steam offer. And that game lasts for hours, mainly because you end up screaming at the screen and throwing your controller away and walking away, but that's not the point. Something is obviously happening. The first time this happened, I was like, oh, I need to hurry. Except for I can't run. I do like that they actually bothered to put in the shadows, by the way. There's another point. There's actually a statue of a man, and the shadow of his hand is perfect. And I'm just like, oh, look at that. Of course, because everything is moving super slow-mo, the sun itself never moves. So because the sun itself never physically moves, it's really easy to do the shadows. I just noticed something really interesting. The frame rate is like all over the place. It's like 60, 30, 60, 30, 60, 30. All right, we got to stand here. Do you guys figure out what that is yet? Have you figured it out? Well, if I went and clicked on a few of the other shrines, remember we have a whole bunch of shrines all over the place, we would find out much more of the story, but it should become evident here pretty soon. You're trying to figure out what is happening to this civilization, or what happened to the civilization, why they're all gone, and this is a meteorite. Well, maybe a comet. I'm gonna go with comet. I mean, all that down there, I never figured out why all that is buried like that, but whatever. But here it comes. And here we are. This is, remember, we're at super slow-mo. And it's still moving pretty fast clip. So you would imagine if this was moving at full speed, you'd have about 10 seconds, which is about what they said. And then in terms of the time that you're actually playing, you're moving at super slow-mo. And what is about 10 minutes for you between meteor strikes, or whatever strikes, comet strikes, is about 10 seconds in the game world. And I think it's a really interesting concept. Now, what happens when it strikes? Good question. No, not the tower. Notice how the flame goes past the tower. It's not until the physical object strikes. And we're back here. Well, what? Wait, our map's still filled in. Any of you ever play Zelda and Majora's Mask? Is it Majora's Mask? Or is that Ocarina of Time? It's the one with 3 days in it. 3 days, 3 days, 3 days, and 3 days and the moon comes. But then if you do something, you can go back in time. I'm not a big Zelda fan. I only know this stuff because Das plays Zelda. I don't even know the name of it, as I've just proven. That's not the point. The point is, your quote-unquote death isn't actually a death. You are physically reset to the point at where you start inside this giant tower, and you have 10 more minutes before that asteroid impact. You have 10 minutes to decide what you're going to do. You have 10 minutes to discover what's going on before the asteroid impact hits and Groundhog Day initiates again. It's basically Groundhog Day in a Monet painting is what it's coming down to. It's Groundhog Day in a Claude Monet painting for $9, $8, whatever I said before. I don't remember now. $8. I struggle with this one. I've kind of goofed around with it. I've been like, is there any other button? I pressed like every key there was on my keyboard and nothing. I love the concept. The time reset, the fact that I'm walking at a fraction of real time. I love that idea. I love the fact that I have this impending doom, but this impending doom is a Groundhog Day event. There's actually a clue to that somewhere in here. The price bothers me, and the length bothers me. Those are two things. If you can get the game really cheap, or if you want a semi-relaxing hour or so explore, it might take you a little bit longer if you don't move as quickly as I did. You might consider it. I'm not sold on it. I've been DerTebbers. This has been your Indie Peek at TIMEframe, or TIMEframe. Hopefully you'll think about it, or not. Until next time, game on, be awesome, and remember, in super slow time, Groundhog Day may initiate.